Welcome to Crush Wednesday. It's Richard Turturgi. Good to have you here. We're talking about everything today about be careful what you think. Be very careful what you think. What you think is what's going to happen. So I want to talk to you about that topic, a bit of a mindset topic today. So if you are joining us, please just say hello, where you're joining from. If the first time you're joining us in 2019, say 2019, and let me know where you're joining from. My name is Richard Turturgi, CEO of Com Marketing, and if you're in this group, it means that you most likely want to maximize your marketing. Most likely want to maximize your marketing. So just let me know where you're tuning in from. That would be great. Say hello. Let me see if I can get some comments up here. Fantastic. Might just grab some comments up here and grab my laptop, Ev. That'd be great. And what we're going to talk about today is what you think is what's going to happen. And I want to share with you something shortly. And as I had, there we go, comments are on. Thank you. Thanks, Ash. Hello, Richard. Thanks for joining in. I'm interested into your composting as well. I saw your update on Facebook. Very interesting. I love the concept of that. Ev, good to have you joining us. And Gerard, very good. Newbie from yesterday. Yes, good to have you here as well. Very good. So today on these topics, let's say, okay, I've got them now. Today on these topics, we are always talking about ways you can maximize your marketing and how you can dominate your marketing. So this year, we're changing up the Crush series a little bit, and we're going to bring you through some different concepts. We're going to do some mindset, we're going to do some interviews, we're going to do some tactical resources about marketing with the outcome and the aim to do something different in your marketing that's going to achieve a better result than yesterday. And that kind of brings me on the topic I want to talk to you about today. Darren, good to have you joining us. We've got a couple ninjas online. We've got a couple people that purchased social media courses. They're in the induction of that or done the marketing essentials. This is fantastic. Watch what you think. That's today's topic. Matthew, good to have you joining us here. So I want to talk about a quote. I think this is Gandhi's quote, but I could be so wrong on that. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. If that's deep, let me know. If you like that, let me know. Have you ever heard that before? Say yes or no. And it's interesting because when we think about it, and when we really think about it, hey Pam, good to have you joining. When we really think about it, what we do every single day, you have some people that are smashing it every day, that are growing their business, they're scaling their business, and they're just going ballistic in what they do. And the same information can be provided to somebody else, and what happens? They stay steady, and it sort of stays the same, or it grows really, really small. Same information, two different outcomes to two different people. And I love this thinking, and thanks for the comments, guys. Keep the comments coming. Remember, these episodes are all about interaction. So if you've never worked with me before, I do love conversations. I do love communication. So put your comments down. That really helps me to produce the best content and to deliver it the best way possible. So please just keep comments coming through. So thoughts basically become our destiny if we want to shape this up. And let's think about that for a second. At the moment, most likely you guys are starting businesses. Gerald, I spoke to you, you're starting your business. Matthew, you got into business. Everybody's kind of getting into business. And how do we actually get into business in the first place? How do we do what we did? How do we open up our first studio? How do we get our first client? How do we actually do such a thing? I remember, when I was starting off to become a personal trainer, I had this thought. It was in kind of grade 8 and grade 9. I said, I want to do something that's different, and I think I like this fitness thing. I want to know what it's about. And I had a thought. And it's interesting, that thought then became, word. I actioned it. I went to go get some personal training. I went to a course, trying to find a course. Then I learned the skill and I developed habits around it. And then, that became my destiny. That became what I want to do. And it's interesting because what happens is our mind can only take in so much knowledge, and it only can take in so much stuff. And it's really important to figure out, well, what information do we want to take in? What information do we want to take in that's going to serve us in 2019? And what information do we want to eliminate that doesn't serve us? And when you can figure out where your thoughts and where your habits and where your actions and values are going to go towards, what's going to happen is you're going to start manifesting, starting creating, start actioning, start habitizing, I don't know if that's a word, and start being that your path. And if you don't think about it, it's not going to become anything. It's just going to become that thought. You know that you think about something, it's like a wash. It's like a rip in the ocean. It's just like a thought that comes and goes and comes and goes. But some thoughts we hold on to. And then those are the thoughts that we actually continue on with, and we start building up more and more and more of. And I want to talk to you today about that. So if you are joining, it's Crush Wednesday, episode 51, number 2 of this year. And I want to talk about how to reach our goals by changing your thoughts. If we change our thoughts, things that serve us better, we'll be able to move into that space. As I said, I always find it interesting when the same information we all have, but different individuals do different things with it. You'll see one person grow their business and dominate, and then you see the other person just staying in that bubble, and that's it. And then there's nothing wrong with either way. But if you wanted to get to a different destiny, you need to start changing your thoughts. Now, at the same time too, we don't use much of our brain. We only use a very small percentage. And it's been told that we're only using around 9% of our actual brain capacity, what we can be doing. So the question is, what information do you want to keep in your mind over 2019? What information do you want to attain and continue to work on? And that's what I want to ask you today. So what thoughts do you need to think in order to achieve your goal? So think about this, for example. What is it your goal in 2019? What do you want to achieve? And think about something different that you haven't done in 2018, because a lot of new goals in 2019 are new items, new things we want to achieve we haven't done before. And for something that we haven't done before, it's going to be really hard. And a great quote that I love with Robin Sharma, they say it's hard at the start, messy in the middle, and beautiful at the end. And when you can understand that anything new is going to be really hard to do, very hard to do. If you've never hired a team member before in your life, that's going to be really hard to do. If you've never opened up a fitness studio before, that's going to be really hard to do. Even think back, if you have hired a staff that have opened a fitness studio, it must have been hard when you started, but now it's kind of like routine now, right? And now that's starting your pattern. So every time you get something new, it's going to take up most of your brain capacity. And then what happens once we start to nurture that thought, once we start to action it, once we start to get a habit, develop habits, once we get values, and once we start to work around that, then that goes into our part of the brain that it's just works on autopilot. That goes on autopilot. And so it opens up more space in our brain to think about something new, something different that we can achieve, that we have to go after. And so what we need to do is now filter out items that we need to start putting a lot of effort and a lot of our time in. If we don't put an effort and time into these new items, it just means that our brain is going to be working on the same old, and we're going to do very good at that. We're going to wake up at the same time every day. We're going to have the same thing for dinner. We're going to have the same kind of clients. We're going to have the same kind of problems every day, some kind of successes, and nothing will change. But if you want change, we have to obsess about this new item that we want, because we have to work so hard to reprogram our thoughts and our goals. We need to really reposition our thinking, and we need to visualize what we actually want to achieve for it to happen, because it's just so hard to happen. So we need to put all our energy and all our focus into this one item that we want it to happen. It's basically, we need to be obsessed with what we want. We need to be obsessed with that new item, what we actually want. So I'll give you an example on this. At the moment, we're actually relaunching one of our businesses at the moment. We're relaunching one of our businesses called Meet Your Personal Trainer. And that's taking a lot of resources up at the moment. It's taking a lot of time in regards to, creating the new back end, building the new back end, hiring a new sales team to have thousands of conversations with people. And this is a new item that we want to put in 2019, that we want to bring you guys to produce more leads. And so that's taking up so much energy and all that time. So I'm obsessing about it at the moment. I'm putting all my thoughts and all my energy into this, all my resources into this, because it's really hard. It's really hard to do something that you haven't done and haven't, put that energy in for the last couple of years. So you got to put all your focus around something. So when you think about now, what is one item on your 2019 list that you would like to achieve? And that's the item that I want you to obsess about. Not just think about, obsess about. Because when you obsess about it, what's going to happen, the right energy is going to come to you, and it's the right goals and thinking is going to come to you. So you got to control concepts in your mind. You got to say no to certain items to say yes to these. So how do we do this? Well, we need to visualize our goals and our dreams. So we need to visualize what that goal is you have coming together. You want to do that in the morning and you want to do it in the evening. 30 minutes in the morning, you need to visualize, you need to really grow this concept and idea. And 30 minutes before you go to bed, you need to do the same concept then. Because when you're going to bed, it means that's the last thing you're thinking about. And hopefully you're going to dream about it. And so that's the last part of the day, and that's the first part of the day. So you let that brain just sink it in while you're sleeping and let it absorb that concept there. And it's like when you think about something, it's like when you've purchased a new car. You've heard this before. It's that reactivating system in the mind, the RSA, I believe it's called. And you're thinking about you've purchased a new car, and all of a sudden you see this car everywhere. You see it on the roads. You'll see it like 10 cars in front of you. You'll see your car because it's what's on your mind. But most likely the car was always there. It was just that now you're thinking about that concept. It's the same thing. You need to start dreaming about this, and all of a sudden the right avenues will come to you. The right people will come to you, and the right opportunities will be presented to you. But if you don't obsess with this, if you don't obsess with this new goal that you have and just treat it as like another part in your day, like waking up, like having dinner, like having lunch, it's not going to get the attention that it deserves, because it's really hard at the start to create something new. So you need to obsess about what you want for a period of time before it becomes a habit, before it starts to become a habit that way. And you need to read through it. So you want to read through your goals. You want to create a vision board around this. You want to start talking about it. You want to start listening to podcasts, reading books. Now, what I'm thinking about, guys, if you want to obsess about something, and I see it all the time, and just some comments coming through, Ev says, this happens to me, I start thinking about something and all, and then I see it everywhere. It's also like remarketing, guys. We look at a website and then we get remarketed, the ads to it, right? It's the same kind of concept. We want to be obsessing with this thing. Now, it's okay to obsess, but once that obsession is over, what's going to happen is this. This is what you want to achieve. You want to make sure your words are replaced with what you need. You want to make sure your actions are now new actions, daily actions. You want to make sure your habits are now transformed and they're built correctly. You want to make sure now your values is encompassing this new goal, and then your destiny will be outcome by that, most importantly. I'll give you an example. I started personal training very young. So at about 16, 17, I was a personal trainer. I had my studio about 18, 19. I worked on cruise liners for a couple of years, and I obsessed about this because it was brand new to me, so I always talked about it. Now, I obsessed so much about it that I did personal training for 10 years. I stopped it when I was sort of 29, 27, and I obviously focused more on marketing for fitness professionals and helping that concept. And still today, I get people coming up to me and saying, how's personal training going? How's the studio going? Because I've obsessed about it and I've lived it for so long, people just assume that I'm still doing that. It's like triathlons. I obsessed about triathlons for a long time, and I see people I haven't seen before that said, how's triathlons going? They assume it. So it becomes a habit. It instills in somebody's mind about who you are and what you do, most importantly. It's like when you guys are a fitness trainer, just people always just say, there's the fit person, these guys are fit. You know what I mean? So you're obsessed about it. But if you want to start a new habit, let's say you want to learn Italian. Well, you need to obsess about Italian. You need to learn the language or any other language from that. You need to be listening to podcasts, listening to books, watching cartoons in that language. You need to tell people you're doing it, because it becomes then that 9% of our brain that we can control, that we know we're doing, we can obsess about that. And then that becomes more of a habit that way. So in 2019, you can't just write your goals down and expect them to happen. They will never just happen. You've got to obsess about these goals. It's obsession. It's obsession to reach our goals, most importantly. So let's go a little bit deeper now. So does this make sense? Before I move on, does this make sense? I would love to hear some comments of how this has happened to you. What have you obsessed about? What have you really thought about and now you're actually doing? Think back to something that was really hard. It was really hard, but now it just is the norm. Was it group training? Was it doing PTs for the first time? Was it managing your money? Was it learning a new skill set you had to learn? I'd love to know what it was for you. What do you obsess about? Gerald, my vision is by the end of the year to be seeing 5 to 10 regular clients every week, all whom love what I do. Amazing. So we need to obsess about what you're doing. You're involved in programs and you're going deep in that space. Well done. It's not easy to go get 5 to 10 regular clients where you've never done it before. It's not easy. This is the reason why we need to obsess. This is the reason why you need to think about it the morning, think about it in the afternoon. This is the reason why you need to talk about it. This is the reason why you need to write a vision board, draw a vision board, put affirmations towards these new goals. It's easy to put affirmations towards, I'm going to get up early. If you're getting up early every day of your week, well, big deal. That's a routine for you. So you need to now go something different. Ash says, employing my first trainer was hard to start, now much easier. Yes, I remember this, Ash. Was conversation that started, you're obsessing about, which is great. Now it's much easier. So now you've got to go find that new thing that you want to obsess about in 2019. Maybe it's the composting, Ash. Maybe it was, Ashley, I'm obsessed about my own health and fitness from high school and lost next to 30 kilogram. Huge, Ashley, huge. But now it's the normal for you, Ashley. Now it's ingrained in what you do. So now it's about 2019. What's the next thing we need to obsess about? I know you're putting a big effort into your business, Ashley. So that might be a session, or it might be something else. So you've got to obsess about things. And I always say that over a year, you can't obsess about so many things. Like you can't have 10 things on your obsession list. You could probably only have 1 to 2. 1 to 2 that you're really focusing around. It could be spending better time, quality time with your family. That's something I'm really focused around. It could be ensuring that you're more productive. So you're reading books about productivity. So I just want to go a little bit deep in this. Now, to get deep in this conversation, right, you got to go deep. So I believe when people always ask, they say, what books are you reading? What are the best books? Give me some recommendation. Rubbish. You shouldn't be talking about that. If you're obsessing about something, the only thing that you need to be watching, listening, reading is that. So if I go back to Ashley's example, losing 30 kilograms, obsess about it. Listen to people who have lost 30 kilograms before. Interview people who have lost 30 kilograms before. Watch videos about people who have lost 30 kilograms before. Read about nutrition, read about exercise, read about diet, read about motivation. Go obsessed about that. Once you finish that, complete that, move to the next obsession. And so when you learn, like in the morning you should all be learning, spend 30 minutes a day learning. You want to be learning at least something that's deep in that subject. So don't go between learning about business, learning about health, learning about different types of exercise, learning about nutrition, then learning about zone diet or keto. Like go focus on one thing for the space of at least 30 days. Every morning listen to different podcasts that are in that same space. Read different books that are in that same space. Talk to new conversations that are in that space. When someone asks, what are you working on? Just talk about what you're working on, that's it. And then what's going to happen, and the right energy is going to come to you, most important. I really believe with energy is everything. So if we don't have energy, we don't get that obsession feeling. Chris, good to have you here joining. We need to be focused around what you want to be focused around. So I want you to think about clearly, what are you doing in 2019? And most importantly, what have you set up? What have you set up every day to continue the brain thinking around how you can achieve that goal? What are you doing daily to achieve that? Or what have you set out monthly, or whatever it needs to be? But my thinking is if you want to really crack something in 2019 that you've never, ever done before, you need to think differently. You need to act differently, and you need to execute differently. Now, I'm not saying you have to stop all the things you're currently doing. You got to keep them moving. But remember, that new part of the brain, we need to be obsessed on the 1 or 2 items that we're focused around. So I want you to comment now. What are you obsessed about? Sorry guys, my phone keeps ringing there. What are you obsessed about in 2019? Write it down. Put it in the comments. I dare you to put it in the comments. I dare you to. Put it in the comments. What is the one thing you're obsessing about at the moment? I want to recap what we talked about today. While I hear the obsession things, what you're working on, I want to recap what I said at the start, you guys. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. So then we speak about it. Your words then become our actions. We're actioning. Then our actions become our habits, our daily habits every single day. Once our daily habits happen every single day, they'll become our values, our new values, the non-negotiables. Then what's going to happen if we continue with those non-negotiables, continue with those values, that will become our destiny. Just like our clients, if they're obsessed about weight loss, their destiny will be healthier. They'll be fitter. They'll be happier. We know what the benefits are, exercise. So if you want to grow your goal, or you want to grow your marketing, or you want to get deep in your marketing and figure out how you can improve your Facebook ads, how you can get better clicks, how you can get the right clients buying from you, how can you increase your percentage rates up in your landing pages, well, get obsessed. And that's your goal. Ashley's got a few coming up. I'll be obsessing about getting another trainer to work within my business in 2019. Amazing. Obsess about that. So read about staff. Read about the best ways to get staff. Read how to pay staff. Read how to keep staff. Read how to train about them. Read how to manage about them. Read everything you can. Listen to everything you can. Talk to as many people that have trainers. Listen to podcasts about that and go deep. And what's going to happen? You have an amazing team around you. Guys, what are some other comments? I'd love to know. What are you going to obsess about in 2019? We have a very small space in our mind, about 9%, that we can actually start picking up new concepts. So the challenge is, over the next 66 days, it generally takes 66 days to become a habit. I want you to obsess about 1 or 2 things, 3 max, but that's too much, I think. Obsess about them, become a habit, they become a value, then they become in your system. And then once you finish that, go on to the next topic, and then go on to the next topic. Does that make sense? Let me know. I did a podcast you're going to see coming up very soon, Industry Change. I interviewed Toby Pierce. Toby Pierce is Kayla Einstein's fiance, very successful business, 25, $100 million company. And he does this formula where he obsesses about something. He goes deep in the topic. He learns as fast as he can learn. He goes super deep on the topic. So that's what it's about. It's about going super deep on this. Now, as I'm seeing more comments that are coming through, guys, I'm keen to see what you're obsessing about. Em's obsessing about how to scale brand 10x. I love it. Guys, let me know what else. I'm going to talk about something that I'm obsessing about at the moment, and that's a new way to generate leads for trainers. So just quickly, I want to talk about this while you're on this call. And I talked about it last time, and I'm obsessing about it. That's why I'm talking about it. Gerald, yes, a singular focus is critical. More than one distributes the energy. Yes, I like single focus. Of course, continue doing the same things. So what we're doing here is in just a little commercial, if I can. Okay, coming to a commercial. But it's kind of the story. Our goal here at COM is to help trainers be the #1 expert in the local area. And our other goal is we don't leave anybody behind. So just like these Crush episodes, they're totally free. You can get on here and you can watch them, right? We don't want to leave anybody behind in 2019. We want to make sure that every trainer is the master trainer in their local area. So to do that, we've brought back one of our best products ever, and it's called Meet Your Personal Trainer. It's actually one of the ways I got started in the marketing industry. And basically, this is a directory platform for personal trainers, okay? And what it is, it's Australia's largest video training directory. So basically take Yellow Pages, but we do videos and we specialize just in fitness professionals, personal trainers. And what happens, the audience, the population, your potential clients basically, they come on this directory and they find you. But the difference here, instead of just sending you a message, oh, I'm wanting to train with you, they see your video profile. Then they scroll down a little bit more and they see all the how-to videos. They see all the ways that you're an expert. So you're talking about how to lose weight, how to gain muscle, what to eat, all different videos. So over the last 10 years, we've produced over 60,000 leads for personal trainers. And what we're doing now, it's our 10th birthday special. So this is my little advertisement, here it comes. We used to charge $47 a month per month, every month, to be on this platform, okay? But what I want to do, because one of our goals here at Com is not to leave anybody behind, one of our goals is to make sure that we have the best trainers on this platform. Like you guys are obsessing our marketing, you guys can do great videos. So what I'm looking for is, we got founder memberships at the moment. So we are looking for basically 300 amazing trainers that are willing to do videos, they're willing to put content there, ready for when our platform launches in about 2 months' time. So what we're doing for that is, instead of charging $47 a month, we are charging $97 for the entire year for unlimited leads, for unlimited awareness. So it's very simple transaction. And that helps you guys become the #1 expert in your local area. Why? Because they can see you have content on there. They can see you have videos on there. And then they go, wow, that trainer is just advertising and selling their product. And that trainer has all these video resources. Who are you most likely to go for? The guy that's trying to pitch their product to you, or the person that's giving you more value? Guys, so if you want this offer, very simple. You just have to write in the comments, founder rate in the comments. You write that in the comments. I'm going to get somebody from my team to call you to secure your spot, one of those 300 first-time founder memberships. I know a lot of you have already signed up. Last week I talked about this. So if you're interested, just put founder rate and we'll give you a call today to sort that out, to lock you in for that rate. Would it work for a swimming coach? Claire says, good question. We don't have a swimming coach category, but I think it would definitely work in regards to people who are wanting to get fit for swimming. So it'd be worth putting it there. I'd put it under a category of like outdoor training or sport. We've got a sport specific column, Claire. Yes, sport specific, 100%. Yes, sport specific. So put founder rate and we'll get in contact with you guys. So yes, if you're a trainer, fitness professional, gym owner, we've got Meet Your Gym and we've got Meet Your Fitness Studio coming as well. So just put founder's rate if you're interested and we'll give you a call. Sport specific, Joey says yes. So guys, that's my kind of advertisement there, but really it's my obsession, I'll be honest. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this, and I'm obsessed to ensure that you guys are the #1 expert in your local area. That's my obsession, and I'm really focused around that because I believe, the thing I believe the most is that we're amazing at what we do. Absolutely amazing. But if the population, your potential clients, don't understand how good you actually are, you're only as good as the clients that already know, like, and trust you. So the problem is this: if you're looking at scaling your business, if you're looking at growing a trainer, a team, if you're looking at another location, that's a big problem. Because you'll never get there, because you haven't learned how to continue to grow your authority online. And you like it or you hate it, that's where the eyeballs are. It's on these smartphones, it's on these devices. So I urge you in this group to comment in 2019, to interact in 2019. If your obsession is to get your business in the best shape of its life, to generate more marketing, just like you've done for your fitness training. If you can do that for your fitness game, have the best body, stay in shape, if you put all that energy now into having the best marketing, having the best business, guess what's going to happen? Your business will be in the best shape of its life. And the easiest thing, you're already on this group, you're watching this video, so you're already in the right place. We obsess about marketing, we obsess about business, and we obsess to make sure that you're getting quality leads. That's what it's about. So guys, if you're interested in that offer, just put founder's rate. Great offer. How long do I have to decide on this? Pretty soon. We're getting the phone, so if you are interested in that offer, just put founder's rate and we can lock that in. You don't have to put your details in there for another 3 months. We're just locking that rate in now. Guys, I hope that's helped today. Crush Wednesday. Beliefs are your thoughts, beliefs are your destiny. I want you to obsess about something. I want you to go deep in that. I want you to listen to podcasts, books, conversations. Just go deep in that only. Only. Don't spread yourself everywhere. You'll lose. Focus on the obsession, the 1 to 2 things that you need to do. Do it really well. Ask questions about that. Ask better questions about that. Read the podcast, read the books. Remember, vision boards, visualizations. Do a vision board. Visualization. Vision boards work. Before I go, we did a vision board, me and Joey. Joey's my wife. She works in this business. She's writes all the education programs, most of the education programs in this company. And we put a vision board together, and then we put it about 5 years ago. And then we moved house. We packed it up, and I put it with all my books, and I put all my books in these boxes, and I did unpack my books for a couple of years. Anyway, then I unpacked my box, and I found this vision board. And then on this vision board, it was like all these places. It was like 5 years, all these places we want to do, we're not going on holidays, things we want to achieve, house we want to live in, all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, guess what? Majority of the things on the vision board, they actually happened. Wow, they visualized. So it might be a bit of airy-fairy stuff you may think, but it actually works. Because remember, think about this. This chair here, right? This chair. If you think about this chair, while it was made, somebody had to think about that they wanted to make a chair. They had to think about this. Then they had to put this into words. They had to then action it. They had to form a habit every day of making this chair. And then this habit became their value. And all of a sudden, they're selling chairs, and this was their destiny. They were a chair maker. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a chair maker, a phone maker, a personal trainer, a coffee shop, a baker, it doesn't matter. It all comes from a thought. So if you want to speed your thoughts up, it makes sense to visualize, write them down, affirmations, vision board, read them every day, and what's going to happen sooner or later? You'll master it. Now, that's the difference between two people getting the same information, one person killing it in their business, in their marketing, or their life, whatever they want to do, and the other person being the same for their entire years on planet Earth. That's it. That's the only difference. Hope that's helped. Any comments, let me know. I don't know if I read all the comments, but you know what? 2019, guys, we're going to have to pick up our game because I'm seeing less comments in 2019 than I did in 2018. So we need to be asking questions that are going to help you, and I'm here to answer those. So next week, I'm looking for more comments. I dare you to comment more. Now, guys, if you're still watching this or you finished watching this and you've liked this, just give me like a thumbs up in the comments. Not just a thumb, not just a like and love, like comment something. So I know you're here and I know you're engaging in the content. This way I can help you more, and this way I can really focus around your goals of what you want to achieve in 2019. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. I'll be back next week, 9:29 Sydney time. And again, any questions you have, just comment below. You want to receive the offer, just throw that in there, and we are good to go. Matthew, thanks for the comment. Love it. I love the comments. Gerald, thanks for the thumbs up. It's like school, right? You got to like raise your hand, say you're here. It does help a lot. And guys, just feedback for you guys. I'm good to have you here. When you are doing live, always ask for comments. Always ask for comments. It's very important. Pam, thank you. Love the comments. Have an amazing Wednesday. And just so you know, why do we call it Crush Wednesday? We call it Crush Wednesday because Wednesday's a day where you can make a decision. Do you want to crush Wednesday, or you just want to say, this is like the Wednesday hump day? Do you know what I mean? So you've got a full 3 days left of working week. And I know you guys work Saturday and Sundays and 24/7, but really think about this. You've got a full 3 days left. Maximize your 3 days and get to it. Obsess about that one thing and make it happen. I'll see you next week on Crush Wednesday. Bye for now.